Hello and welcome to the Gaming Guild. Alex here, and today we're going to be playing Satisfactory. This game is still in early access. Update 8 came out pretty good time ago, so it's very stable now. It's going pretty good. We're going to be starting a new game today. So if you've never played Satisfactory before, it's basically a game where you go into a new planet and just kind of gather resources and make stuff, and the whole point is to make a more efficient factory that can just provide materials for the big corporation that you work for. It gives you 4 options to start out with. There's 2 for beginners, and then there's one for a little bit more experienced players, and then a very difficult location for advanced players. And while I wouldn't mind too much playing either of these locations, they're really just challenging in this aspect of, like, the dune desert. You have to go really far away to get resources, so nothing's close together. The resources that you can get are pure. They're very good resources, but you just need such a big facility that can just like move materials from one location to another. It just takes a really long time. Northern Forest isn't quite as bad, just a lot of difficult terrain to build around, but between the 2 more beginner friendly ones, I'm a big fan of the Rocky Desert. If you're ever trying this out at home, I definitely recommend Rocky Desert, and you'll see why once we get into it. Grass Fields is also a great one to try. It's a little bit more peaceful of an environment too, so some players might like that. So let's go ahead and get going into this. We are going to be playing on a private session, and I don't think there's any advanced game settings. No, we're not going to do anything advanced. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the game. We do have a little bit of an intro, and then we have like the tutorial missions, but you'll see why I'm going to keep those in, because they're actually kind of fun and pretty important to the beginning of the game.
Attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for FICSIT Incorporated. FICSIT pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure. Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis. Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure. Atmospheric entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
Notice the Windows still needs a little bit of work for their landing sequence. That's okay.
Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed. Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akicha. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations.
To survive.
Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding. First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub. Note: FICSIT Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. All important FICSIT data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps. This is one of multiple edibles we have detected in your vicinity which are within approved nutritional and medical categories as established by R&D. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM. Second objective: please ensure you have your FICSIT Incorporated Xeno Zapper equipped before leaving the drop zone. Note: according to FICSIT regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats. Third objective: please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron. Note: the acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Okay. So that little bit just kind of unlocked our ability to actually go play. Right at first, a lot of your abilities are just kind of locked behind those first few dialogue boxes. But now we can look for iron, and this is definitely something you want to do before you place down your first, your hub. Kind of acts as your starting base. You can see there's a couple different options. There's some over there. It shows me 415 meters, 600 meters, 500 meters. I know the layout of this place pretty well. So we're going to go to this one over here. Later on in the game, we can unlock a map. We have to get a special research for it. So I can't really show you where I'm going.
The remains of this creature might shed light on how to increase chances of survival. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Don't worry about that for right now. I'm just picking up some materials along the way. Wood and leaves can be burned for power. We'll get a little generator here in a bit. I just want some starting materials. Nuts. So nuts are pretty handy. I can equip them and just eat them. Each nut is half of a health chunk. I'll slowly regain health as I go. But just as I'm traveling, it's better to just keep myself at full health. Some creatures aren't too bad, like that one I just fought there. But there's some that get pretty nasty. And you see that blue thing down there? I actually want to go grab that. I'm heading towards this pillar here. That's the landmark that I know to do my starting base at. But this blue thing, it's a slug. And I really want that slug. The blue power slug.
This semi-slug seems to emit unfamiliar energy readings which could potentially be retrofitted into FICSIT technology. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
So I still have my ore scanner, but just to show you guys, I'm getting a lot closer to 5 different iron ore deposits. That's one of the reasons I came over here. You just saw I lost a lot of health there. These big blue pods let out a bunch of bugs, and those bugs do a lot of damage. Which is why I'm like, okay, I want to keep as much health as I can while I'm traveling. Just because if I ran into a couple more of those, I'd be in pretty serious trouble. Not that good for now. Yeah, if you're starting out and you do the Rocky Desert, basically everything within this cliff wall here, and then over here is like an ocean. So you're pretty much always going to spawn in this little deserty region. So it's pretty easy to see this rock formation. It's the best place to start out. As you see, you do have a few monsters to deal with, or aliens. That screams. So like this is an iron deposit here, and some of them are fairly safe, but oftentimes when you get to a deposit, you'll find aliens on it. So as you can see, here's another iron deposit here, and there's one of those big blue pods that will have the bugs that pop out. Luckily, it was just the one pod. You can see there's really far off in the distance there's another pod. There's different ore over there. It happens quite often. You'll get to a new ore deposit, and you'll just find like hatchers or a few other aliens. It's just a little dangerous. And that's why they do say the grassy plains is a little bit better for first-time players. Just because there's a lot less alien creatures there. And then if you're worried about combat in this game, there actually is a setting. I think it's in options here. Where you can turn off creature hostility. So you can just make it... the default is creatures will attack you. As you see there at the bottom, passive, creatures will not attack players or retaliate. And then you can just set it to retaliate mode, where creatures will only attack if they're attacked first. But both of those are kind of, easy. Like putting it on retaliate is super safe. Putting it on passive just means like, okay, I want to go hunt down the aliens and I want them to run away from me and not, be able to fight back. So, for the most part, aliens in this game are not dangerous enough to really worry about it. So yeah, anyways, enough talking. Let's get going with our base. So we're gonna start. Get out of here. Those big guys will just run away from you, and they're super tough to kill, but they don't even give you any good materials, or really any materials.
Fourth
they're just kind of
objective, build the hub.
Test.
Note, to complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed. Caution. Ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
Well, I have 3 iron right here, plus another 2 just over there. So this is a pretty good starting location. So, go and make the hub. For right now, let's put it not too far away. Right here. So the hub...
Congratulations. You have unlocked Hub Feature Manual Craft Bench. Hub Feature Hub Terminal. 5th objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 1. Note: the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
The craft bench is vital for the game. It's what allows you to basically make 80% of the things in this game. Some things do require 100% automation to make. Too complex of parts for you to make yourself. But essentially you're just making materials. So taking the iron ore, turning it into ingots, and then taking those ingots, turning it into other stuff. It's a very low-paced game. A lot of I don't want to say manual labor. Like at first there's going to be a lot of manual labor just because we don't have anything set up yet. The whole point of the game is to get automation going and rely on that automation to do all the work for you. And then here's the hub terminal, and we're going to use this for a lot of things. So right now we're just going to go through a tutorial. So that's what tier 0 is the tutorial. And then each of these is sets of missions for us to unlock new technology. Let's go into hub upgrade 1. We'll select the milestone. And all we need to do is make 10 rods. Simple enough. And then this one is going to give us the equipment workshop, which is another crafting location, the portable miner, which we need the workshop to be able to make, and some inventory slots, which is just nice to have. Let's go. These, and basically those 10 iron rods we just made
Congratulations.
went into
you have
upgrading
unlocked
the hub.
Building workshop. Equipment portable miner. Inventory additional slots. Hub feature personal storage. 6th objective. Complete hub upgrade 2. Note: portable miners require no power and will mine a node until their inventory is full. Note: multiple portable miners can be used on a single node.
So we're going to make an equipment workshop. We need 6 of these. 4 more rods. And I'm just going to throw this onto the edge of here. And so if I needed another Xenos Zapper, which I don't really need, like mine isn't going to break or disappear or anything like that. But there's a recipe later that requires 2 of them, so I'd want to make a backup. And then the portable miner. So we do need 2 iron plates and 4 rods. Let's get that really quick. This is a fun thing because you just set this here. And we do have to wait for the animation to get, oh, it doesn't look like it. There's sometimes, like, if this reaches 100, it's going to turn itself off because it can't store more than 100. And then it's going to turn itself back on to keep harvesting. And during that time of it, like, shutting down and turning itself back on, it's not working. But otherwise, it's, you know, just going to do its thing to keep going. So in the meantime, we can look at upgrade 2. Now I need 20 more iron rods, 10 iron plates, and it's going to unlock copper for us. So that we'll be able to start scanning for copper and then using copper to do stuff. You can see up here on the right, I can see what my milestone goal is. So I can just make sure that I get all of that created. So there's my 10 plates. I have just enough iron to make 20 rods. There's that. And that just kind of finished the hub
Congratulations.
structure.
You have unlocked Hub feature, Biomass Burner. Scanner feature, Copper. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench respectively. 7th objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 3. Note. Connect buildings to a biomass burner for power. Note. Buildings such as the smelter require a recipe to be set. Advice. Automate the smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
So we unlocked a smelter, so we could start the automation process of churning iron and copper ore into their ingots. But we'd need a few more materials to get going on that. We're going to need copper just to get like the wire and cable to make the smelter and be able to power it and everything. And just in that process, I could just grab only what I need and really kind of do a minimal effort in upgrading, or I can just take the time and be like, okay, let's grab 70 ore, turn them into iron ingots, and then I have extra supplies, so I'm not really worried about it. One handy thing, so you can see, like, to craft stuff, I could sit here and hold down the button, or you can use the space bar. But one cool thing with the space bar is all you have to do is tap it, and it just starts automatically doing it. So it kind of saves your fingers. It lets you just be like, okay, I'm gonna craft for a second, you know, set it to auto mode and just stretch out your hands for a second, grab a drink, whatever you need to do. So now I'm gonna make 2 more portable miners. Make sure my Xeno Zapper is equipped. Because now we have iron. We need copper. We're going to scan for copper. And we'll find that we have a couple nearby here. Hence why this location was so good. And you can see there's another one of those right over here. Get this. And then we can throw any of these guys down. And that way, when I'm ready to run all the way back over here for copper, both of these will be full. I can just, pick them back up, get all of the copper, and that should be pretty good for my copper needs for a while. And this guy's full. So after a while, aliens will respawn. So if I'm away from those copper deposits long enough, those pods will just come back with the bugs in them. The only way to keep creatures from respawning is by having buildings nearby. These little miners don't count as buildings, but later on I'll get like a full-sized miner that will just sit in the center of these deposits, and those will be buildings. So eventually I won't have to worry about aliens quite as much. So this is our biomass burner. It provides power for us. We'll get 2 eventually, so we'll just start off with this 1. And right now I'll basically just burn wood and get electricity from it. And then right now I'm also just storing stuff that I don't need. Let's throw this back down. So to get an automated smelter, I need some iron rods, which I have some, and some wire. Let's go ahead and smelt this copper. Turn that into wire. And then wire also turns itself into cable. So once we have all of this wire made, we'll go ahead and turn some of it into cable. And 10's good for now. Besides some recipes, the biggest use of cable is actually connecting power to buildings. So I'm gonna put in the smelter, and I'll do better organization later. Right now I'm just trying to get some starting stuff put down. Okay. So now it's connected. We're going to set it to smelt iron. I'm just manually going to put iron into it. It does have conveyor belt entrances, so if I had a conveyor with iron ore, I could just like feed it into this and then have a conveyor pulling the iron ingots back out when it's done. You can see like it puts 30 per minute in, pulls 30 per minute out. This exchange of materials and items per minute is crucial later on when I'm trying to build an efficient factory. So let's go ahead and put fuel in. We can see how much consumption we have. The maximum consumption was just showing me what was all hooked up, and then now we're actually using it, so it's showing me, okay, I am actually using the 4 I think megawatts. My capacity is 20, but because I only need 4, the biomass burner is pretty smart, so it's only burning wood fast enough to get the 4 power. If I actually had more stuff hooked up, this fuel would just disappear a lot faster. And so you can see right now it's smelting for me. And easily I could just sit there and churn all of this iron ore into iron ingots. This isn't really saving me, especially since I'm spending time working on it, talking to you guys about it. It's not helping me at all. But eventually, everything working together is going to be a factory and able to just do all my work for me. Alright, so next milestone We'll get a constructor unlocked. So constructors are basically the next step. So they'll be able to make things like iron plates, iron rods, wires, cables. Material goes in, material comes out. I'll also be able to have power poles, so I can run power lines over great distances. And then it unlocks I need limestone, which is pretty fun. So let's go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna grab some of this iron. Actually, I'm gonna go here. Grab all of this iron ore. And throw it in there while I'm working. Let's get some more plates. And then everything else I have.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Scanner Feature, Limestone. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench respectively. 8th objective, complete hub upgrade 4. Note, use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results.
So just picking up the miners, I pick up everything inside of them as well. I just got 200 copper ore. I'm going to pick up this guy as well. So we unlocked limestone. We'll do a quick scan for it. And we'll find that we have 2 over there, 1 back there, 1 way over there. And then there's some kind of over by that waterfall. I think that might be out of scan range. So. Now when these bugs come out, I could stay, like, keep my distance and try to fight off the bugs, but it's very difficult. You're not always successful. Like that. But fighting the bugs, it's just going to make more. So it's actually better to just deal with the threat as fast as you can. So yeah, this is limestone. And we're just going to throw all 3 of our miners onto it. I'm just gonna let those go for a minute. Turn back over here. This on. And if I thought there was a chance there'd be more creatures around, I'd heal up right now, but I'm pretty safe at the moment. Everything has already kind of been dealt with. Rest of you in there. So upgrade 4, I'm going to need concrete, and you can see already 75 iron plates, 20 cables, so it's getting more and more expensive the further we go. It's a lot harder to just manually do stuff. Eventually it's going to be like, oh, I want 400 iron plates. It's like, okay, I can't just sit there and make all 400 myself. We kind of start needing automation after a while. So this milestone is going to unlock conveyor belts for us. Let's start by just crafting what we can. Concrete. Let's just start making the iron plates that we need. Good enough. I can put stuff in for now, and then I just need 5 more cable. Let's go ahead and start smelting the copper manually. That's good for now. I actually have a nice little
Congratulations, you have unlocked
base now.
building, conveyor belts and poles. Inventory, additional slots. 9th objective, complete hub upgrade 5. Note, portable miners cannot be connected to conveyor belts. Advice, when planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts.
So this next upgrade is going to unlock miners. Basically, it takes a portable miner for the recipe, but it allows us to build a full-size miner on a node, and then it allows us to hook up a conveyor belt to it. Gives us storage containers, which have a conveyor belt input and output, which is pretty handy, and then just more inventory slots. So yeah, just more materials. Let's see. View. We're going to go back to recipe, select copper ingots, and get started on copper. It's doing pretty good on fuel right now. And let's go check the limestone. To make one more portable miner. Then let's go to logistics. Oh yeah, I haven't actually unlocked the new miner yet. So let's just manually make what we need. Don't be too surprised if you're playing this and you end up doing the entire tutorial without any kind of automation. Especially if you're doing this multiplayer and you have somebody with you that can help craft stuff while you're off running around picking materials up. The tutorial actually goes pretty quickly, and I know like when Kylie and I will play this together, we'll get all the way through the tutorial without making any additional buildings than what we absolutely have to. You know, you need the hub, you need this to be able to get the portable miners, but you know, we don't really make anything that's powered until after the tutorial. So that. You can see in my recipe menu here, it shows me how much is something I can make. So like right now, as I'm making more and more wire, the ability to make more wire goes down because I'm using up the copper, but how many cables I can make keep on going up because I just turn wire into cable. Like for my iron plates and the iron rods, I have 46 iron, so I could turn that into 46 rods, or I could turn it into 30 iron plates. I need 7 more plates.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Miner Mark 1. Building Storage Container. Hub feature Additional Biomass Burner. 10th objective, Complete Hub Upgrade 6. Note, there are no notes.
There's that. It is going to require power. We'll need to get that all set up. Done. I'm surprised it's red. So if it's powered, it's green. If you see it's yellow, it means it's powered, but there's something wrong. Either it doesn't have materials, like if this is empty, or this is full, or you just don't have the right recipe selected or something like that. You'll get a yellow light, and that means it's ready to go power-wise, but just can't run. And then if it's red, like that one, it means it doesn't have any power. Okay, well, let's take a quick look. So this is the last hub upgrade, and it's nice because it actually gives us the recipe for biomass, which is more efficient than just using wood. It also lets us make separate biomass burners, so I can just place these somewhere and have more power. And then the space elevator, which kind of starts the main part of the game. So let's go ahead and select that. 50 concrete. We're going to need quite a bit of wire. Started on that. And that's why I was saying you could really do everything manually. The recipes for finishing the tutorial aren't super high. It's just you do want to teach yourself how to set up the automation of everything. So there's that. Let's grab this. That's right. Need rivets. So at a certain point, I just have a little bit of everything in my menu, just so that as like I'm going around, I can be like, oh, let me build this. Oh, let me build this. We're going to Take that apart. I actually don't need that anymore. Let's get rid of that. I'm gonna hook you up to this. Hook you up to that. There we go. That's green now. And I don't know why it was red before. Now that we have this powered, it's just mining away. And since it was off, it like had to ramp itself up, and now it's going up full speed. Something I can do here. Let's put a smelter right off the end of that. And then we're going to make a conveyor belt that feeds in like so. Here. There. Iron. And then let's take storage container. Oh, I need 2 more plates. Make those really quick. If you see the little green line there, that's basically telling me how it's going to line up with other devices. Like right there, it's lining up with the output from the other, from the smeltery right there. Just like that. 4 more plates, okay. Now, this is pretty efficient. This is making twice as much iron ore than what this can smelt. So very quickly, this is going to outpace this. There's not a whole lot I can do about it right now. Later on, there's other things I can do to make things more efficient. I can actually slow this down. Eventually, I get a key to open this up. I can actually speed it down to 50% so that it actually matches the speed of my smeltery. Or I could put a little Y in here and have it break off and go into a second smeltery. And then since each of these are 30 per minute, and this is 60 per minute, I can use just multiple buildings or parts of the factory to achieve something. So from there, let's actually look at one more thing, the constructor. So I'm going to need more cable, and I'm going to need reinforced iron plates. So I'm just going to let this go for a bit. We pick up materials. Now I'll make a few more cables, just because we have some recipes that need it. I'm going to want some more iron plates. rods. And then iron rods will create screws. And then I need screws and plates to make these reinforced plates. I at least want to make 24 screws. Make 2 of these plates. And then from here, make a constructor. Connect it. Bring power cable over here. Connect it. And let's make iron plates. You can see here the input is 30 per minute. That means it's going to be able to keep up with that single smeltery. And then it's going to output 20 plates per minute. But we also know with the recipe, it's churning 3 iron ingots into 2 plates. So that's why it's, dropping down from 30 per minute to 20 per minute. And I can... I'm almost full. Let me just take 100 of you. And that's, especially early on, that's probably the easiest way to keep things from backing up too much. Just to go into where the bottleneck is and just grab a stack of material. So you see now this is just kind of like letting stuff file out. These conveyor belts move at 60 units per minute. So the conveyor belt itself is matching the speed of the miner. Since the smeltery can't keep out right now, I'll just manually make these. And then we'll just turn those into rods. And so that will finish this last hub upgrade. We already have the concrete is in there. We have the copper wire that we need to put in. We'll make the rods ourselves right now, and then the iron plates are getting made. See if we have some iron plates that are done. Getting closer. That's something we can do because there's almost 100 in here. We can actually turn this off right now. And then it's just going to keep removing this, basically everything that's stored up, until it's empty. So we'll just keep feeding the smeltery. We'll keep feeding this for a little bit. And really at this point I could just manually make some. But it doesn't hurt to wait. This is definitely a game you don't want to play if you're in a hurry, if you like speed running things. This is much more a sit back and kind of enjoy yourself kind of game.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Building Space Elevator, Building Biomass Burner, Art Biomass. Motivational message.
It's invisible.
Congratulations, you succeeded in every provided task. On behalf of FICSIT Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service. Additional knowledge. The hub terminal has been converted to give access to milestones there to ensure you progress along FICSIT-approved protocols. Note: future developments should be aimed at constructing the space elevator and, as such, initiating project assembly. Good luck.
So this thing is basically a little cargo carrier that takes future milestones off planet. So like up until now everything has just been to upgrade the hub. Now I actually have milestones, so like when I complete all of these and I send it, it will actually go up into space with that little carrier. And then to be able to unlock tier 3 and further, I need to build a space elevator, which is gigantic. But the space elevator allows other materials to get put into space, and why they need two different ways of transmitting things off planet, I don't really know. But I have like two different goals that I'll be working towards. I'll be working towards a milestone in my hub, and then I'll be working towards the space elevator objective. So for right now, I have 3 different milestones I can pick from. This first one is base building, so it gives me access to ramps and platforms, some walls, a lookout tower, which is kind of handy at sometimes. Logistics gives me a conveyor or a lift for my conveyor belt. It gives me a merger and splitter, so that's pretty handy. And then I can start seeing the efficiency of buildings with the productivity display. Field research, it's nice. It unlocks the map. It gives me another hand slot, so basically I can have a second thing here and then just use my mouse wheel to spin between the two. It also gives me the ability to make more storage boxes, the molecular analysis machine, which I know it was talking about at the beginning of the game. This is a lot of fun. We'll probably get into that more next time. But yeah, and then you can see each one has a different cost. Like, you know, this one's not too bad, other than it requires a lot of concrete, because these materials are used to make a lot of this stuff. So it's like, okay, we want to see that you get a lot of materials first, and then it will go into, like, then we'll unlock everything. Where the conveyors, yeah, they need more iron plates and rods. You start needing some copper wire. Field research, it's a lot more parts and equipment than just actual factory materials. So as we get up further along, things get more and more complex. Part assembly, we start getting the assembler, which takes 2 different materials to create something. So we saw the reinforced iron plate requires normal iron plates and screws, so the assembler would be able to make that. We start unlocking some other materials, and then one of their first space elevator items, smart plating, doesn't get used in any recipe in this game. We can make it, but it doesn't do anything for us. all that we need it for is setting it up in the space elevator. So that's one of the things that we're going to need for the space elevator objective. Obstacle clearing is a fun one. Solid biofuel, the chainsaw. That's one that I could actually get pretty easily. I don't have anything restricted right here, so I might actually do that one first just to get the solid biofuel. Jump pads, a little expensive, more for fun than anything, so I probably won't be working towards that too much. The awesome sink, I'll go into that later, probably in a couple episodes. And then logistics 2, faster conveyor belts, faster lift. And you can see things just start getting more and more expensive. For right now, everything's done, so I'm going to turn this off. Just take the rest of the wood. We have, that's full, still some iron left, but that's okay. And I am going to, let's see, what is it? Hold left control. Okay. I'm just going to grab all of this. Pick up all of that. I can leave that for now. Yeah, that's going to do it for today. We made it all the way through the tutorial. So I hope you all had fun. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of this series or the game already, Satisfactory, please stick around and watch as much as you can. If you're liking it so far, please give the video a like. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. But I will see you all in the next adventure. Bye-bye.